What's up, everybody? This is Super Mike. We're on the Science Channel, B1 Math Science and History Channel. And I'm just going over this just to, there's a lot of things going on in the political world, inside the social world, and everything. But at the same time, we still got to understand that we are deeper people and deeper beings. So we do need to, check into some of this information that's being uh, put out as standard information. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions over science, and the way that the scientific community uh, is kind of going at or presenting itself. If you look at people like Fauci or whatever, these people are presenting themselves in a way that's they're like science is just correct. Period. There is no, science is not always right, and it's definitely changing all the time. You have to deal with political science in science, so there's a lot of factors in science. So just to say people believing that the world of science is just some sort of correct, absolute, you know, numbers and that's it, dispassionate numbers. That's not true. Money affects science in the way that it's taught and shown and presented. Financial, political science, economic science, all of this is science. So, I just want to present this now. What I titled this is Supreme Wisdom versus the Religion of Science. So in the Supreme Wisdom, that's Master Farad Muhammad there, back in 1930, he presented the black community in Detroit with a lot of information, with wisdom, facts, and figures. His primary student, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, uh, answered questions at that time, and these things are recorded in what we call the Supreme Wisdom book. So this is the student of Master Farad Muhammad. And there's a book called Supreme Wisdom that was left to us. Now, keep in mind, this is the 1930s. You must remember this is the 1930s. So in 1929, we had a situation where Hubble, so let me share the screen here. We're going to go through this real quick because I just want to present this information. See what you guys think about it, whoever listens to it. Whoever's interested in math science and things like this. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Here it is. 1 minute. Hold on a second, guys. Make sure you guys press the thumbs up button and share it. And like I said, make sure you comment. Let me know what you think about it. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna share the entire screen. Well, actually, we'll just do this for now. All right, so basically, there's a thing called supreme wisdom. Now, so in the supreme wisdom, we have problems. We have, student enrollment, actual facts, and then there's a part in the back of the book that, well, towards the end of the book, basically, the Master Prophet Muhammad is basically giving us problems and incentives to solve these problems. And this is in a mathematical theology. So and in this book, we were given the speed of light. This is in 1930, 186,000 miles per second. You know, the circumference of the planet Earth, which was 24,896 miles. You know, the area in square miles of the planet Earth was 196,685,000 square 196,685,000 square miles. You know, so there's a lot of facts. You know, the height of Mount Everest, the diameter of the planet Earth. You know, the weight of the planet Earth, 6 sextillion tons. The speed that the Earth was rotating around the sun, 1,037 and a third miles per hour. And also, we were given the diameter of the universe, and that was 76 quintillion miles in diameter. And that was problem 27. The universe diameter equals 76 quintillion miles. What is the area in square miles and in square yards? Give your answer in figures only. $100 will be paid to the one who solves this problem correctly. So, you know, if you actually do some of the math on this, in which I want to do this here so that you guys can see it. So hold on a second here. And let me get back to my sharing part so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I gotta share it again, I guess. And this is gonna be really quick once I finish. I'm just wondering. All right, so let's look at the calculator. So I don't know if this thing can do it. Oh, it should be up to. So keep in mind, we want to see how 76 quintillion miles. A quintillion is 76 units, and then it's followed by 18 zeros. 18 zeros. So we go from 76,000, 76 million, 76 billion, excuse me, 76 trillion. Now, keep in mind, we're at 12 zeros. 76 quadrillion, 76 76 quintillion. So let's just verify that. 369. Oops, I'm being too many. 369. So, yeah, 76 quintillion miles. So now let's look at the speed of light. We want to see what is this in light years. And so speed of light per second is 186,000 miles per second. Now, in 60 seconds in 1 minute, 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. What's going on, everybody? We're just going through some math, science. We're just going through, basically, like I said, and make sure you press the thumbs up, thumbs up. This is going to be very quick, but like I said before, we're just going through some questions in the size of the universe, some revelations of the universe versus what was given in 1930 by Master Muhammad in Supreme Wisdom, versus what is in the, given by Hubble in the Hubble, observations of the universe expanding. So we want to compare the information, the overall consensus basically on that. See, so from 1929, when Hubble gave his prediction of how the universe was expanding, the scientific community latched onto that. They do not want to change that. And in Supreme Wisdom, Master Farad Muhammad gave the diameter of the universe. So this is the line straight through the universe. So that's what we're going through right now. So he said that it was 76 quintillion miles. And right now, what we're doing is just, seeing how many light years that is. So 3,600 seconds in 1 hour times 24 hours is 86,400 seconds in 24 hours times 360. That's 1 year, 1 light year. That's how many seconds in 1 year. How many seconds in 1 year? Multiply that by the speed of light. So this is 5,865,696,000,000. This is miles. Yeah, that's miles in 1 year. That's how long light travels in 1 year. So 58 5,865,696. So let's clean this up. Oh, sorry. So let's look at this here. I just want to do this on camera for you guys. What's going on, brother? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? So I just want to do this on record. So let's divide this by the 76 quintillion so we can see how many light years in what the Nation of Islam has said the diameter of the universe is. So this is, all right. So divide this by 5, 8, 6, 5, 6, 9, 6, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. There it is. So this is 12. So basically, it's approximately 13 million. That's it, just million. 13 million light years. And that's pretty long, though. But it's not as big as what they're saying. So and I wanted to get that down. So basically 13, let's say 12,956,689 light years it would take to get from one end of the universe to the other end, and that is the figures that is the 76 quintillion miles that Master Farad Muhammad gave. So let's look at what they're saying now. I just wanted to get that one down just so you guys can see it. And we're going to go through here and let's look at. So now with that, now we have things called, so this here is saying, could the expanding universe be a mirage? Okay, so, and I'm not going through the whole article, but basically what they're saying is this: when they pass this light through here, through these prisms, Light continues to travel at the same speed throughout the universe, the speed of sound. But the further it travels, it starts to thin out with the frequency of it starts to thin out. And they call that red shifting. It's shifting to infrared. So it starts becoming fainter and fainter and fainter so that we can't see it in our visible light. But they do have telescopes and instruments that can see that. So what they're saying is that because of what they're seeing, and this is relative to our position in the universe, that they're noticing that the universe in their mind is getting larger because of the redshift, because things are moving away from each other. Okay. So I want to get to this part here where they're showing how. Now they've done all sorts of but see what they do is they come up with this assumption right away that it's moving away from each other because what they see, light years away from them. And so this cosmic thing called redshift. See, want to explain cosmic redshift? You can in this new picture, but in a different way. In the standard picture, an atom undergoes an atomic transition, emits a photon, particular wavelength. The photon travels through the expanding universe, which causes it to redshift as it travels. See how they slipped that expanding universe in there? And the universe may be expanding, but they haven't really proven that like that. They haven't. They just showed two items moving away from each other, but that's is a very good observation. But you know, that's the issue, and they're running into a lot of problems. This is why they had to create. See, when you start looking into what dark matter is, what they're explaining as dark matter or what dark energy, these things are basically the what they didn't, since they can't explain where's all this extra mass in the universe that they are expecting because they've made the assumption that the universe is expanding at such a large rate. uh, there should be a certain amount of mass in the universe, and they're not seeing it because of the gravitational waves. Their numbers are not making sense. This is what's happening. And you know, it's because they have a problem. And they've been having this problem, but they've been explaining it away for decades. They call it dark energy, dark matter, because they will not let go of that Hubble thing, what he first came up with in 1929 when he looked out and seen two things shifting away per his view. And then they came up with all sorts of reasons to prove that he was right, and they just kept going and in on it. So but I just wanted to kind of get that out there, the red shift stuff. Now, in real quick here, and we'll end off with this because, like I said, this is not going to be very super extensive, but I'm just going to show some of this video here. They sent out the James Webb Telescope, and it's just continuing to confirm that they are just wrong. They came up with these things, because what they did to calculate the age of the universe, Hubble, they just and somebody else, they basically backtrack the expansion of the universe per their rate that they seen, and they did all these sophisticated mathematics to backtrack the calculation of the expansion, and they came up with 13 billion years, 14 billion years. It seems very low, but then they say that the Milky Way galaxy has been expanding and forming for 12 billion years. And it's like 10,000 light years across. So the thing is here, but there's some problems, and this has been one of the biggest. problems that they've been coming up with, but really it's the fact that they did a miscalculation from Hubble. All right, so that's the James Webb telescope. And let's look at some of it. It's a better telescope.
The James Webb Telescope has already produced images of the universe that are unprecedented in their clarity. These are gas clouds incubating young stars as seen through the Hubble telescope, and here as seen through the Webb telescope. This is a gas cloud surrounding a dying star as seen by Hubble, and here as seen.
Now you see how that the James Webb can actually see through this stuff. It can actually see because it can see those infrared wavelengths, so it can actually see through a lot of gas, and that's very important.
By Webb. Closer to home, this is Neptune as seen by Hubble and here by Webb, revealing gossamer rings barely glimpsed in the past.
You see all the gas around it. See, those produce reflections, and and basically, I'm gonna fast forward here because I just want to show. Let's see if I can get one of the parts. Here's the big issues that they're having.
Think, how has it done?
It has worked beautifully. We are so thrilled with what it's doing and what it's showing us. And the observations are perfect. They're gorgeous. The pictures are beautiful in a way that we never could have imagined. And technically, the observatory is twice as good as we thought it would be. The pictures are much sharper. We can see better than we ever hoped we could ever do. So, combination of surprises in the beauty, surprises in the technical performance, and even the predicted life of the observatory is now over 20 years. So it gives us time for people who are just being born to come up and use the telescope.
Now that is remarkable, and you actually, I don't know if you heard it, but you got at least one person applauding for the 20-year lifetime. Now when we yes. So when we first spoke about this, I gather it was more of a 10-year lifetime with the possibility of longer based on how much fuel.
It is that galaxies are dusty. Dust grains absorb starlight and turn it into infrared. So the Webb telescope can pick up the infrared that we might never have noticed before. So that's a possible explanation for the puzzle that we've been looking at. But at any rate, right now we just have a puzzle which is not.
So here's the puzzle.
Astronomers are very surprised that.
So yeah, let's listen. I think he's about to say it now.
The galaxies seem to have grown hotter and faster and bigger than we ever imagined they would, and we don't know why. So that's the big observational surprise. You say, well, how come were we wrong? Well, I can't tell you yet, but we know from pictures that we made with the Hubble Space Telescope, we extrapolate to what we think would happen farther back in time than Hubble could see. And something's wrong about that. We don't know. So one possibility is that galaxies are dusty. Dust grains.
So now you're just coming up with possibilities. Now keep in mind, this is a scientist though. So coming up with possibilities is science. That's what some people don't understand. But the main problem is that they looked back at light that they believe that's 13, 14 billion years old. They went backwards and they realized that you had galaxies right there when they thought the Big Bang and there shouldn't have been nothing. You had galaxies bigger than the Milky Way. So they have been forming at least, 15 billion years already. So when they look back 15 billion, 14 billion years, they seen stuff that was over 14 billion years old. So they're just wrong. They're just wrong. And the universe is hotter. So they're trying to understand how come this, cosmic constant is the same. How come the heat got around to the universe it's not absolute zero? How come, it's all basically warmer than, that quick? Because the light can travel at the speed of light, but the heat doesn't. It takes a while, to heat the whole thing up, those cold spaces. So these are some of the problems that they're having. Like we're saying, I'm saying that, the universe is just smaller than what y'all thought. And you're looking at mirages. And this is what some of the scientists are starting to say too. They're starting to see it, that they don't want to believe, but these, yeah, cosmic mirages confirm accelerated cosmic expansion. So they're showing that they you can get redshift from, you know from just yeah, you can get redshift from let me see, from mirrors, from reflections. And I don't have that thing on me. I didn't see that, but oh, there it is. Yeah, you can get redshift. Is it possible to get redshift from mirrors? Yes. Yeah. So, is it possible to create a mirror that redshifts light? Yes. So, that's the question. That's what's going on in the world of science right now. And, let me know what you think about it. And this is it. Peace out.